You were taught to be a nice, sweet, good girl from the moment you could open your eyes. Oh my God, she's opening her eyes. Oh, good girl. In grade school, when you lashed out at someone for disrespecting you or taking your toys, be nice, be a good girl, and share. You were even falsely taught that in adulthood, men would want a good woman. They would want a sweet, kind woman who would clean the house and take care of the kids and cook all the meals and do the laundry, and that your biblical submission would result in a long, loving, happy marriage. Wrong! Wrong, wrong, wrong. This is all bullshit. Do not listen to this. What men love are bitches. What people love are bitches. And most importantly, who people respect are bitches. Today, I beg of you to stop wanting to be loved and liked and start wanting to be respected. And I respectfully ask that we all start being bitches again. Now, I'm not giving you permission to go off and be a terrible person who doesn't have a single modicum of decorum. And I'm not telling you to turn into some mean, old, grumpy, miserable bitch. But what I will teach you today is how to become a very, very happy bitch. As always, at the end of all of my videos, there will be an Affirm and Materialize section because we are material girls. Which around here means we take our affirmations and our manifestations and we turn them into physical reality. And the AM section will help you to embody the new, bad, happy bitch you and turn the information in this video into practical, actionable steps you can start utilizing today. And as the Regina George of this group, all of you bitches better be following me on TikTok, Instagram, and subscribed on YouTube. Because otherwise, how are you bitches gonna sit with us? If you're ready to change your life, take your power back, and start getting the respect you deserve, and get bitches, grab a pen and let's dive in. Welcome to People Pleasers in Recovery, also known as Babe in Total Control of Herself 101. You can call me Miss Alana, you can call me Miss Monet, but either way, you're gonna sit your ass down and learn how to be a happy bitch today. So please put the hands up emoji in the comments so I can tell how many of you bitches are in attendance, and let's get started. To ensure a smooth transition from miserable people pleaser to happy bad bitch, the rules are as follows. Rule number 1, leave that nice girl at the door and don't take being called a bitch as an insult. For the rest of this class, and furthermore, if someone calls you a bitch, this is a compliment of the highest honor. Don't get mad, get glad, and most certainly don't get guilty. Now, at first, this will be uncomfortable, and it will go against the grain of everything the sweet girl in you has ever been taught. But nothing changes if nothing changes. You have got to be okay with being considered a mean girl. Because let's face it, mean girls rule. Now, I'm not saying let people disrespect you and call you a bitch. Nip that shit in the bud immediately. But what I am saying is that if you hear that they said it behind your back or they've called you that or something worse, don't get upset, babe. From now on, I want you to smirk. And I want you to be like, sounds like I got my power back, huh? Rule number 2, stay happy. People can't stand to see a happy bitch happy. So stay that way. Look, misery loves company. So feed them more misery, not company. Ugh, I can't stand her. She's always so damn happy. Ugh, how dare her be happy while I'm miserable? And am, and will, and we are, and will be remaining that way. Thank you. Rule number 3, whenever the opportunity to use your masculine energy presents itself, use it in a feminine way. When a woman is called a bitch, she's considered arrogant, overconfident, disrespectful, rude, abrasive. But when men do the exact same behaviors, they're considered ambitious, bold, determined, assertive, straightforward. So I implore you to be all those things and let other people perceive you as a bitch. Because when men are called bitches, they're considered sweet and docile and weak. So let's just be sweet little bitches like them. We're just gonna be cutesy, sweet little bitches. Okay. Number 4, no hating on people in the comments. And I mean this in life in general, but especially in my damn comment section. Because why? Oh! bitches ain't hating. You don't see happy bitches getting bullied, but you also don't see happy bitches doing the bullying. As a people pleaser in recovery and a happy bitch, you have an advantage. You know what it's like to be that girl who's way too nice. Hating and bullying is a miserable bitch activity. So we can change things. We can stop being nice. But that doesn't mean that we stop treating her right. Number 1, develop a mean girl mindset. Stop giving a fuck. First things first, I need you to stop giving a fuck. Stop giving a fuck who you have to unfollow. Stop giving a fuck how they're going to feel if you block them. Stop caring who you have to cut down or who is going to have their feelings hurt in the pursuit of protecting your peace. You come first, the people you love come second, and the people who are your enemies, they don't get to come at all. People pleaser you is always so concerned with everyone else's feelings over your own. You're constantly thinking like, oh, would this make them happy? Oh, would this upset them? Oh, is that going to disturb their peace? Babe, does this make you happy? Is this going to upset you? Oh, is it going to protect your peace? These are the questions you ask first. And these kind of questions apply to every situation and every relationship for the most part, because no one is getting a get out of jail free card to just disrespect you. Like, what the fuck? Tap in and take care of you first, and then them. Number 2, be at peace with having no friends. And the moment you do, you will attract more of the right ones anyway. But that's not the point. The point is, the bitch doesn't give a fuck if you stay friends with her or not. You know what the bitch does give a fuck about? She gives a fuck about staying her own friend, not being somebody else's friend at the expense of her own joy, peace, and sanity. Let me say this loud and clear. You don't need them to like you when you like you. And you won't like you if you keep betraying yourself to maintain a friendship with them. The sweet, nice, and good girl people pleaser will literally move around her entire schedule in order not to disappoint other people. The bitch, on the other hand, will sit at home in her own comfort and in her peace if need be. Even if she just needs to recharge, that's okay, regardless of anybody else's externally imposed obligation. If they would stop being your friend, or stop liking you because you didn't show up to their gig, their birthday, their wedding, or whatever the case may be, then so freaking be it. Be grateful that they showed you how much they actually, genuinely, truly value you. Now, I'm not endorsing you blowing off your family and friends when you don't have to or need to, but I am saying that you most certainly should be asking yourself, do I actually want to go? Do I have another obligation that is more important to me, but not important to them? And my favorite question of all, do I have the time, energy, and money for this today? If the answer is no, don't fucking go. And it is most certainly not, I don't even want to go, but they want me to go. Never, never do that. Never do that. And when you don't go, everyone will have a much better time, including you. Number 3, stop seeking outside validation. Now, this one is something that I personally still struggle with, like as an individual. However, I acknowledge that, and I recognize that it's not only out of habit, but also out of expectation. When you've spent the last 10 years of your life asking people, should I post this? Should I wear this? Should I do this? They will feel slighted when you don't ask them anymore. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay. Like, there is going to be a little bit of a transition period. You all will survive. Now, this isn't to say to never seek advice or a quality consult or constructive criticism, but don't reach out for validation. For example, it's okay, like honestly, I advise it to ask your friends what they're wearing and find out and suss out the vibe so that you guys both have a similar vibe. Like, you don't want one of you to show up in like cute brunchy outfits and the other one to show up in sweatpants and a tee because you're like, we're hanging out. Like, oh, rough. You know what I mean? But it's not okay to ask them what you should wear so you can look good in their eyes or from their perspective. There's a significant difference between a vibe check and a validation check. Does this outfit make you feel good and suit what it is that you're doing today or where you're going? If the answer is yes, then wear it. Do I like this photo that I just edited or this video that I just made? Yes? Oh, okay. Then it's postable. Like, your opinion on things is valid. And whoever taught you different no longer deserves to be the voice that lives inside your head. Number 4, you don't need to prove anything to anybody other than yourself. You have nothing to prove and everything to share, take away, or receive. And the bitch knows that. The bitch knows that what she has to share is valuable and will be valuable to the people who are ready and open to receiving its value. And that's more than enough. The bitch is living in her feminine energy. She's expecting the things that she wants to come to her in due time. She doesn't have to prove herself, she just needs to be herself. Like in dating, for example, if she's seeing someone and they aren't meeting her standards or her wants and needs, she just leaves. She's not spending her time, energy, and attention trying to force things to work with someone who very clearly isn't what she wants or needs. Or trying to get a guy to like her who clearly doesn't care about her as much as the right guy absolutely would. Like, he would be obsessed, and she knows this. So she's not going to keep investing into a person who already isn't treating her the way that she knows that the person that she's looking for would. Like, she's just going to leave and go find him. Duh. The people pleaser is still going to be sitting there wanting to be liked because she's not going to want to hurt the guy's feelings who she knows isn't right for her anymore. Or just getting used for sex and wasting her time. Like, ew. It's giving ew. Number 5, make your plate first and make your cup first. Fill your cup first. Oof, oof. From a very young age, girls are taught to make their man's plate first. I don't know if this is a black thing or just like a female thing, but I know that in my family, this is something that was like very meticulously watched. At family holidays and events and stuff, it was frowned upon not to make your man's plate, but especially to not make his plate before you made your own. And while this might seem like something small, I don't think it is, like by any means. In all honesty, I think that it a little bit like subconsciously programs a lot of like the crap we need to fix, but like that's a video for a different time. That's neither here nor there. The fact still remains that I was raised to make a man's plate first, and this is not giving. Let me explain why. I realized that over time that this action has actually been a direct reflection of like my self-worth in relationships. Like, y'all, I'm about to put myself on blast, okay? I'm putting myself on blast in hopes that it will help you. Because of the way that I was programmed in my teens and my early 20s, I always made my man's plate first. Like, I would stand on business making my boyfriend's plate first. And not only that, but I would spend the time to make his plate all pretty and beautiful and just look absolutely delectable, delicious. And then I would slap my food onto a plate and do it like I literally didn't even care about it so that I could go and sit next to him faster. Boing. And I wasn't putting as much time, energy, love, and attention into my own plate. And like, that was very fucking telling. As I grew in my self-worth, I literally started to see how this had been manifesting itself. And I literally had to like train myself out of the habit of doing this. I would still make his plate first, but I would actively have to tell myself to make mine just as nice and that I deserved it and that he could wait. Now, I think in my next relationship, I finally reached a place where I would make my plate first and make his second. Shout out therapy. But I truly think that's a direct result in how much I've grown in my self-love. Because in the past, I never would have even thought of or considered that as an option. Like, my plate first? Brother, what? And I will most certainly be teaching my daughters to make their plate first unapologetically. Know that. I would also like for us all to bear in mind that this is not the top tier bitchiness that I aspire to. And honestly, making this video helped me to realize that. Like, I look back and I think, why was I giving myself this scraggly little plate and giving this man this perfectionate feast? Like, what the fuck was that? Childhood trauma. The bitch gives from the overflow. So stop giving yourself the scraps. The people pleaser will give her whole cup and then some and not have any left for herself. The bitch says, the glasses are in the cupboard, please have some. When you're giving from your cup and not from the overflow, eventually this will breed resentment. Because when you are constantly giving, there's no space for you to receive. And the people around you will have the expectation for you to give from inside your cup. And then you'll always end up being the person who's giving more than what you actually have to give. 6. Check yourself out in the mirror every day. And I'm not talking about appearances. The bitch knows that not everything is about money and fashion and style, prestige and status and all those worldly things. The bitch knows that what's up here is important. She knows that what really makes a bad bitch is in here. It's the thinker, the mindset. Because everyone around you is going to treat you how you treat you, or they're going to treat you how you allow yourself to be treated. So when you're a people pleaser and you think that you have to do certain actions in order to receive respect and love, others will literally adopt your mental attitude towards yourself, and they'll start to perceive you as not being worthy of their love or respect unless you do XYZ thing. You set the precedent. The bitch, on the other hand, looks herself in the mirror, knows that she is the shit, has spent the time to learn and understand what it is that she deserves, and then accepts nothing less. And when people aren't willing to meet her expectations, they are gone. When she's on a date, she's not worried about what he thinks. She's not worried about what he thinks of her personality, her hair, her teeth, her makeup, her nails, any of that. Nothing, literally nothing. She is spending her time and mental energy to discern if she likes him. Perspective shift. Yes, I know. People pleasers. Free yourselves. And she's gonna be herself regardless of what he thinks. And drum roll, please. 7. Happy bitches ain't hating. I say it once, and I say it again, and again, and again. Happy bitches ain't hating. Now, class, say it with me. Happy bitches ain't hating. Good job, everyone. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's get into it. Haters are constantly comparing themselves, stuck in a perpetual state of judgment and self-loathing. That bitch, she knows this and understands the hater's mindset. If you don't, check out this video. I'll put it somewhere in the general vicinity so that you can get up to speed. Because the incredibly teeny tiny explanation of this, basically they're triggered by your unapologetic behavior because they are sorry for being themselves in comparison to you. And that's a problem, but it's not your problem. Like, even if you're nice to them, they are still going to have beef with you. So please stop wasting the good, positive energy you have to share on them. Unfortunately for them, they probably aren't even consciously aware of the pedestal that they put you on. And I go way more in depth about this in that other video, but this is their demons trying to diminish you. And they'll do it under the guise of being like, oh, well, I'm keeping you humble and I'm trying to humble you. Like, no, I have never, in all of my 20 plus years, had a happy bitch try to humble me. You ever had a happy bitch try to humble you? Didn't think so. And that's on being on the same frequency. Happy bitches focus on building each other up. And miserable bitches could never. Happy bitches are aware of this and know that people will speak out of jealousy. The people pleaser half the time is not even aware of this because she thinks that other people think the way that she thinks and are trying and always focused on making other people happy. So because the people pleaser lacks awareness, she will go out of her way trying to change and fix herself and will take whatever they say as a means for personal audit. And she'll squeeze and press and try to fit herself into the mold of what it is that they want and she thinks would make them happy, while simultaneously completely abandoning herself. No, bitch, the new you bitch, are gonna go about your business with other bad bitches from now on. So here's a brief recap of everything we've learned today. Number 1, leave that nice girl at the door. Number 2, be at peace with having no friends. Number 3, stop seeking outside validation. Number 4, you don't need to prove anything to anybody other than yourself. Number 5, make your plate first and make your cup first. Fill your cup first. 6, check yourself out in the mirror every day. And drum roll, please. 7, happy bitches ain't hating. And if you still have questions, please submit your essay prompts down below and I'll get back to them as soon as possible with potential thesis statements. If one of your essay prompts stands out from the rest, I may just share it with the class and make it my lesson plan for next week. And in order to bring the happy bad bitch out of you, this week's homework assignment is for you to affirm and materialize. Number 1, start respecting your relationship with you. The number 1 relationship in your life is you. Be committed to you. Commit to your habits and your lifestyle and your routines, and stop cheating on yourself and dropping yourself to make other people happy. If you're not okay with someone else doing it to you, don't do it to yourself. When you plan out your schedule for the week, prioritize the things that you need to get done, and then put everybody else in your schedule, not the other way around. Now, sometimes you are going to have to shift things around in order to make the timing work, but you do that based on if the activity is a priority to you, not someone else, because that thing is a priority to you. Your dreams, goals, and aspirations are number 1, and your rest, your self-care, your workouts, your daily habits are the things that are going to actually get you there. Not dropping everything at a moment's notice, even if that activity is just painting your toenails or leaving your schedule wide open just in case a man might call. You have to put you first. Number 2, validate yourself and actively work on your self-worth, self-esteem, and self-love. The happy bitch is gonna journal. She's gonna go to therapy, she's gonna work through her traumas and her fears, and she's gonna spend the time to develop a better mindset for herself and build herself inside and out. And she is going to believe that she is a good person to herself. And other people thinking she's a bitch is not her problem. That's their problem. So it doesn't matter to her if she's a bitch to you. Now, I'm not saying go and systematically change everything about yourself. That's people pleaser behavior. In my own life, I've had relatives and acquaintances who would literally call me chicken legs, daddy long legs. They'd make fun of my stretch mark. They would tell me I'm only pretty because I wear a bunch of makeup all the time. You name it, they've picked on me about it. My skin and the fact that I suffer from acne. They'd make fun of my weight and tell me I'm too skinny. Like, the list goes on. Y'all, my literal family. And I've grown to love the dark spots on my face that are my acne scars, because to me, in its own way, it literally shows me healing in real time. Especially my tiger stripes, because they're like tattoos on my body that represent and show the pain I went through to become the tall model bitch I am today. And while I know that they're not the standard of beauty, they're hot to me. So I don't give a fuck. And I have the same body that I did then, but now I love it. And in my own faith, I also know that God loves it. And God would never speak to me or my body like that. And that's all I really need. So the shit that they have to say has no power over me anymore. And one of the bonuses of this one, which will happen kind of indirectly, is that this will help you release the fear of being seen. You'll know who you are and you'll love who you are regardless of the external voices. Learn to love being alone and go on solo dates. And this applies to you even if you're in a relationship. Actually, it applies to you especially if you're in a relationship. One of the big things in developing your sense of self-worth is to stop attaching your self-worth to others. Like, last year, I was going to a Diplo concert because he had DM'd me and we found out that we were in the same city for change of events. And it had literally been years since I seen him. So I had invited a friend to come with me. And honestly, before I got there, I had found out that my friend had left just before I arrived. And while that kind of sucked, I ended up staying the whole night. Like, I literally still went, enjoyed myself, had a damn good time. I literally stayed for the entire set at that point, and I didn't leave till like 5 a.m. Like, a girl got like 14,000 steps in that time period since midnight. And why was I able to do that and not be like, oh, my friend's not even here anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go home, or like, it's because I have fun when I'm with me. Like, in the depths of my people-pleasing era, I recognized that part of the reason I was so nice to people was because I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to leave the house. So I could leave the house and have people to hang out with. And ultimately, it was because I didn't feel safe and secure going places alone. This is partially due to like childhood trauma, but that's story time for a different time. But it was definitely people-pleaser coded. You know what I mean? Girl, you can literally do anything you want by yourself. Dinner with yourself is only sad if you're sad. Going to get drinks by yourself is only sad if you're sad. Dancing by yourself is only sad if you're sad. Going to the movies by yourself is only sad if you're sad. My first job out of college is I was one of the movie greeters at the #1 movie theater in America. So I would be like, hi guys, welcome to the show. Today you're gonna be watching this. It's gonna be so snazzy. And it was such an incredible job. Like I look back and I love that job. I'm grateful for that job. I met so many people that I wanted to meet in this lifetime. Like I literally met my favorite Cheetah Girl, best day ever. Like there were times where I would book like music videos or modeling gigs or like little acting gigs because people noticed me while I was working there. Like it was 10 out of 10, okay? Meanwhile, I'm working at the #1 movie theater in the country in Central Hollywood, scared to go and see a movie by myself. Like I literally couldn't even fathom this. Like this was legitimately unthinkable to me until my coworkers brought it up to me and they were like, yeah, you can go watch movies by yourself. Like just see a movie by yourself. Bro, what? My coworkers literally made me physically aware that I could. Like I did not even process that as potential information to be able to do. And the first time I went, I was scared as shit. Spent the entire time in this theater thinking that someone was gonna come around the corner and like pop out at me. Like I can laugh at me now, because now it's like, girl, what? Like that's literally what happened. But the next time it was a little easier and a little easier and a little easier. And now I will literally try when I go to the movies to be in a totally empty theater. And I know that all I have to do is just bring a blanket to make up for the missing body heat in the room because movie theaters are cold. Be warned. In full-on people pleaser mode, you hold such a strong attachment to the outcome. And because of the way that law of attraction, manifestation, the world works, God, source, energy, universe, whatever you believe in, insert here, it will repel and it's going to keep moving away from you so that you can keep running after it. Because you don't believe that you have it, or you don't believe that you can have it, or that it's just on its way to you. And when you're in a fear mindset, when you're alone, you will attract people who will treat you poorly when you're alone with them. Or they'll take advantage of you because you need them. And a bad bitch is cool. And bitches want to be cool too. So bitches is cool with the bad bitch. So stop trying to be normal. Like, be a bitch. Be dorky. Be weird. Be quirky. Just be yourself. Be the you that you are inside your head when no one's around, even when other people are around. But you also have to know who the you is when no one is around, so that you can make real friends. Because when you're people pleasing, those friends that you're making, they are not your friends. They are friends with the version of you that you are constantly having to maintain and upkeep. Be your happy, bitchy self, and the right bitches will be around. But either way, it's fine, because now you love being with you, whether there's someone else there or not. 4, don't take no shit. That's how my grandma said it. Boundaries. Here, have some. There is this common misconception that bitches are always walking around raging and arguing and just being belligerent. Like, this is not the case. Real happy bitches are not wasting their time and energy raging and arguing with people. One thing a real bitch is gonna do is she's gonna hold on to her power and protect her peace. But what she's not gonna do is allow disrespect and stay around people who are committed to disrespecting her. And she will be upfront and kindly controversial. So here's what you do. 1, ground yourself, lock in, pay attention, and maintain eye contact. 2, stay calm. Decide to stay calm. Your primary focus is maintaining and protecting your peace. They don't have your permission to emotionally affect you. Like, as the people pleaser, you are quick to emotion. Because for the people pleaser, her state of calm is dependent on whether those people are liking her or if she's being pleasing, and what other people are saying about her. But the bitch, she knows her power and her worth. She knows their disrespect, thoughts, feelings, and opinions don't dictate her worth, and that she can just walk away when her peace is being disturbed. 3, say no. Like, literally say the word no. And I know that the word no is a foreign concept to my people pleasers in recovery, my people pleaser girlies. Honestly, same boo, same. But step 3 is to say no. You can say it, and say it like you mean it. Practice in the mirror if you have to, because honestly, the first time it comes out, it might come out a little wonky. That's okay. You're learning. And then you're going to follow up that no, and you're going to state it plainly. What you're going to say is, I will not accept the way you just behaved. This is my expectation. If you cannot adhere to or are committed to maintaining that behavior, I will no longer be present. Or you could go, depending on the environment you're in. And that is the end of that. If they say that they will change the behavior, then look for the changes in behavior. And if they have changed their behavior, then boom, all is well and good. Your boundaries are now being observed and cared for, and y'all can keep it pushing. And if they do it again, leave and say no more. You are not required to say anything more. You don't have to give away your power by explaining over and over again to people things they clearly already know. They know what they're doing. Stop accepting their shit. Number 5, be a bitch to get bitches.
Now, this one is so important, I needed to make sure you guys were going to understand the assignment. This is a PowerPoint. The male species is stupid. Even the males concede to this fact. Therefore, the way this attraction thing works is also stupid and counterintuitive. The best way to get bitches, i.e. men, is to be a bitch and focus on yourself. The less you care about what he thinks, the more he will care about what you're thinking. So it actually works out for the better, because when you stop caring what he thinks, you can focus on what you think of him. Like, girl, do you even like him, or do you just really want him to like you? The people pleaser will especially struggle with this because they have grown accustomed to focusing on everyone else's feelings. The people pleaser thinks that if you're a bitch and care about your needs first, you'll scare a good man away, and he'll never want to date you, and you won't be able to keep a man unless you're nice to him all the time and fulfilling his every want and need. And this is literally the exact opposite. One of the biggest secrets kept by men is that they love bitches and disrespect and take advantage of nice girls. Why do they keep this a secret? Oh, because on the other side of things, they have been told their whole lives to find a nice girl and marry a good woman, so they can't let the world know that they have a thing for bitches. It makes absolutely no freaking sense to me why they want a woman to literally pay them no mind, but unfortunately for my people pleaser lover girlies, this is the truth. When you're nice, it feels like the love that they got from their mother. And in turn, he'll eventually take advantage of you, take you for granted, and expect that you're supposed to be good to him and cater to his every need. That's your job. And lo and behold, the spark will slowly yet surely die a slow and painful death. So, baby girl, stay focused and remember, you are the prize. The nice girl is just happy-go-lucky to have a date, not a bitch. With a bitch, there are stipulations. Men know that. The bitch is not grabbing coffee or going for a walk, so stop accepting low-value dates. Take yourself on a walk. Go get a coffee from downstairs. The bitch knows that the coffee date guys are a waste of time, and that guy does not see you as his dream girl. He's doing trial runs to see who he can smash, and he would much rather buy 10 coffees than one great meal for you. And let him, but not with you. Not my happy bad bitch. You are not his test dummy. You are the prize. Do you think a man who is viewing you as a potential dream girl is taking you for coffee and a free walk? But the girl who accepts a free walk will be a free walk. And don't even get me started on this 50-50 thing. Do you think a bitch is going to go 50-50? Absolutely the fuck not. And I get that some of you bitches will have your own perspectives. That's totally fine. But here's some advice for the bitches that get it, okay? If a man attempts to go 50-50 with you on a date, pay for your half, but then never see him again. And when he brings it up, let him know that you have absolutely no issue paying for it. You just didn't want to emasculate him by offering. If he can't buy you a meal or get your Uber to make sure you get home safe, he doesn't know how to treat a woman. And he certainly isn't boyfriend material. And in no way, shape, or form is he lining himself up to take care of a family someday. Like, girl, if he is already not pouring into your cup, don't make the same mistake twice and make excuses for him. Like, shut the fuck up and leave. And you're probably thinking to yourself, but more men want to do 50-50 and it's less problematic to just go 50-50. Yeah, that's giving miserable people pleaser, not happy-go-lucky bitch, okay? Yes, more low-value men who aren't providers, who don't understand how to take care of their woman, will want that. But like, ew, pick the bar up out of hell. It's not.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
It's.
I am not a toy you can play with when you're bored or lonely or horny. I am not the girl the guy gets at the end of the movie. I am not a fantasy. If you want me, earn me. Until then, we are done.
Period. Somewhere along the way, the people pleaser steps into her toxic masculine and starts wanting to make him like her. Like, girl, you are the prize. He is a hunter. Please gather yourself. And while we're on the topic, let's talk about putting out. Because it's 2025 and we all know people aren't waiting until marriage anymore. Men know this too. I'm gonna say it. I'm so sorry in advance. The nice girl is quick to have sex. Because she wants to make a man happy. She wants to make sure he's happy and that he feels wanted. But alas, this does not work. Because after a while, he'll feel like it was too easy and it will make him insecure. The bitch isn't giving him any. And you know what? Boom. Like magic, he's like, oh my god, I must have it. I have to give her everything she wants and be so nice to her. And he's gonna do whatever it takes to act right to get her. Now, this doesn't work if you're just not sleeping with him for the sake of not sleeping with him. Like, men can sense that. They understand energy and emotion too. That's a whole video for a different day. So not sleeping with him for just like the sake of not sleeping with him is not gonna work. Because at that point, you're just a tease. And they know the difference between a woman who is just not putting out and a woman who is not putting out because she knows her worth. No judgment on this channel if you just want to smash. Like, boys are easy. If you want to smash, smash. But if you want him to act right, respect yourself and the fact that you actually see potential in him enough not to. Don't do it until you feel like he's earned it. And I mean that even if you've done it before, if you haven't started doing it again, don't do it until you feel like he's earned it. Look, I know I ranted a little bit on this last one, but this one is serious. So be a bitch to get bitches. Write your standards down. Write down your non-negotiables. Add tax. Lots of tax. I'm talking California tax. And then stand on business. Like, to be honest with you guys, I now have random ones out the wazoo. Like, come up with the ones that work for you. Like, I know for me, personally, I'm not having sex with any other man ever again until I have flowers in hand. It is one of my bare minimum. I don't care how many dates we've been on. I don't care how extravagant they've been. Because I'm a woman who likes flowers. Fucking earn me. Flowers all the time. Anything less, you can go. And everyone will have their own things, and you should have your own things. Like, have some standards. If a guy isn't catching on, drop him. Like, you could say it, be like, yo, well, Alana said, I'm gonna find better because I'm becoming better than this. And please comment when you do because I'll be so proud. You know what a bitch loves? A good relationship. But you know what she also loves? A good breakup. A nice girl will allow a breakup to become a detriment to her self-worth. And ultimately, yes, breakups suck. Like, even for bitches, breakups, they're freaking troll. They troll, okay? But, like, it's also an opportunity to level up. Because you no longer have an unworthy man holding you down. And I say all this to say, you can and will be a happy bitch if all your standards, wants, and needs are being met. You deserve to be prioritized. And that includes being prioritized by you. Because that's what happy bitches are made of. So please, go be one unapologetically. Because miserable bitches could never. If you found value in this video today, please be a happy bitch and hit the like and subscribe button. And hit the bell notification. Honestly, I'll be posting sporadically, but that's what makes me a happy bitch. So, only posting when I feel like I have something of value to say really does just like make me feel whole and gives me a lot of peace. And it also helps me to help you guys way more. So if you ever want to see me again, you gotta hit the bell button. And that's on practicing what I preach and not people pleasing this algorithm. Ooh. So until next time, stay a happy bitch because we love her. Class adjourned.